Alicia McKay wrote yesterday, a regular newsletter, the subject line, The Ambition Vacuum, Inevitability and Cultural Malaise. And it was a long winding piece. I have mad respect for Alicia McKay. I love her work. She is a strategist and consultant who lives in New Zealand. And I reference her Strategy 101 video in my course leading product teams. I subscribe to her newsletter. I like everything she does. And I like this newsletter. And it's an interesting sort of reflection piece. She doesn't reach any particular conclusions, but what she's observing is that sort of sociologically, this day and age, and her focus is pretty much entirely on New Zealand, but I think this is true in the United States as well. You can kind of observe a nihilism. You can observe a despondency. And one good example she has of this is related to climate change and recycling. And this sort of nihilism and despondency is not one of completely checking out or giving up. Like, we still recycle, but we kind of do it in a hopeless fashion. Like, I'm going to go ahead and rinse my plastics and I'm going to put them in the recycling bin, but I don't actually think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to help anything, but I do it anyways, because I guess that's the right thing to do, right? And there's not an ambition to actually make the world a better place. Like, there's not an ambition to make change. And so she reflects on meta-narratives and stories and the stories we tell ourselves, and how if we told ourselves a different story, we could make change. One thing that I would push back on, though, a little bit, or challenge, is I work with a lot of younger people. As I get older, that becomes inevitably more true. And I don't actually see anything different than I did 20 years ago. I mean, that's overgeneralization. Obviously, a ton of stuff is different. But what I see is a human condition of people needing inspiration and needing to be led. And I don't see people being more resistant to inspiration. And so that's the thing I kind of want to share. And I'm going to write more about this in my newsletter tomorrow. If you don't follow it, you can find it at fieldway.org/newsletter. Because what I see is people still respond to good leadership. They still respond to inspiration. And that's the thing that I don't think Alicia McKay quite gets to in her reflection. She says, we could do this. And what I say is, I think it's still happening. I think it's still possible. I do think a lot of our political leaders are failing to inspire and to do that. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But in the work context, I still regularly see leaders who inspire, and even better, I see leaders who want to inspire. They want to become better leaders. They want to achieve the vision that they're pursuing. And so I have a lot of hope. I think that we can make the world a better place. But to do that, we have to start with ourselves. We have to start with making ourselves better. And when we make ourselves better, we can make our family better. We can make our community better. We can make our workplace better. And so that's what I'm going to be writing about tomorrow in my newsletter. So again, grab that at fieldway.org/newsletter and let me know what you think. Do you think there's just this cultural malaise, this despondency that is somewhat inescapable because of, everything? Or do you find hope? And tell me, where do you find hope? I would love to hear that. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me this morning.